it's Julia. In this class, we are going to focus on unwinding and letting go, and this is suitable for any level. Whether you're a novice or a professional at yoga, this is just a way to completely release some of the tension that we hold in the shoulders, hips, back, all the parts of these connective spaces in our bodies, and just be here and work on restoration and relaxation. For this class, you will want a few items, and I will go ahead and introduce you to these items and allow you some time to find them wherever you can find them and source them from your home. You'll want a block. If you don't have a block, another suitable item could be anything that could allow yourself to prop other items. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a block itself. It can be maybe a few books, or become creative in that space, maybe a box, whatever it is. You'll want 2 blankets. Maybe they're in your linen closet or take it from your bathroom. And you'll want either 2 pillows, like a bolster style, or maybe 2 regular size pillows, and then maybe a square pillow that you can find on a couch or whatever works for you. So the way that we'll start is taking a blanket of your choice and unrolling it out onto your mat to give yourself that extra cushion for your glutes and for any part of your body. And I always like to say that the blanket thickness and however many times you fold the blanket can be a level of comfort for you. So it's like picking out a mattress. You know, if you want it to be really firm and you don't want to have so much cushion, then you can open up the blanket more. If you want to have it really cushiony and soft, then you can fold it a little bit more times. So I am going to position myself onto this blanket, slowly lifting my hips up and squaring off my hips to center myself on this mat. Next, I am going to take this little pillow back behind me, almost as if it wanted to nestle up against my tailbone, and then take this bigger bolster and this block. This block can be on the highest or medium setting, so you have hot dog style or Stonehenge style, and you can place them right like so, giving yourself this nice elevation. What you'll want to do next is scoot your tailbone to the base of the bolster, and this extra handy dandy blanket can come in 2 ways. It can serve as this extra elevation for your behind the knees, or you can wrap it long ways and place it around your hips. If you're feeling like you want extra grounding, you can wrap it around the ankles and allow the knees to open up. So you have a few options for your lower limbs. I personally like to have it underneath my knees and maybe just give it an extra cushion with the legs all the way out. In this supported recline, you're gonna slowly exhale, find a level of comfort to where you can open up the wingspan. See if you can feel the back of your head into this block, move any type of restrictions, and see if you can open and blossom up the heels, the arches, and everything is facing the ceiling. Make sure that you find a comfortable space. Maybe the palms are facing down to source energy, or the palms are facing up to receive. Do whatever it is that you need to where you can find a comfortable space to be relaxed for the next few moments as you breathe into the heart space and empty out. Take a few breaths here. Feel the inhales lift the chest up towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, feel the back body supported by the bolster. Notice, take a mental scan from the tips of your toes all the way through the shins, the knees, the thighs, the hips, the belly, the core, the rib cage, the chest, the shoulders, the heart space, even the back of your head. To really root us down into our practice, let's begin with the breathing exercise. Maybe your eyes are closed or slightly ajar. We'll take our left hand and reach our left thumb and pointer finger, almost as if we were tapping the front part of our forehead, and place the left thumb onto the left side of the nostril. Let's inhale deeply and exhale to empty out fully. Place the thumb on your left nostril to close. Inhale through the right nostril, deep inhale. Hold at the top. Begin to take the left pointer finger to the right nostril. Exhale on a count of 5. Hold at the bottom. Switch out fingers. Inhale through the right. Hold at the top. Switch out the orientation. Exhale through the left. Notice what has happened throughout the body. Maybe you were breathing more into the right side of your lung space, maybe more to the left. Just making these observations. As you resume your natural breath work, you can take your left hand to your heart center, your right hand to your belly. If you need to walk these heels up closer, maybe you're opening up your knees. If you need to make a higher support, you can maybe take an extra mat or extra books or whatever you have. If it's a box on both sides or extra pillows, you can do that. If you'd like, you can walk your feet up to place onto the blanket and then reposition your tailbone. While you're here, let the inhales and exhales fill up all the spaces, all of the connections in your body, working on the fascic tissue and relieving all of this web that surrounds and envelops your body. Soften the shoulders. On an inhale, see if you can feel your heart beat into your belly in your right hand, noticing that there's this body awareness throughout the entire space. See if you can reach that breath all the way to your heels, and if it feels good, widen out your feet to allow the knees to knock inward. What we do in restorative is we slow down the heartbeat, we help with the hormone release and the serotonin in our mind space, and we focus on our breath and letting go. So this can be a highly confrontational practice, so if you feel anything arise for you, let that be normal, and this is just your time as an adult or as a human in this world to process your feelings and to almost journey through the auric field of your emotional body. So hold this space for a moment. Breathe. Inhale and exhale the natural way you'd like. And set an intention for your practice. Maybe it's something that has been a reoccurring theme. Maybe it's a phrase. But whatever it is, allow yourself to fill your cup first rather than reaching it out towards anyone else. Breathe in and exhale out. When you're ready, you can slowly push energy into your heels and hinge your hips over towards the left, your knees over towards the right. Oh, that might feel so nice. If you need to widen out the feet, you can. And for an additional IT relaxation and stretch, you can take your right ankle on top of the left outside knee and give it that extra additional reinforcement down into the ground. You could feel it in two places, your hip flexor that's inside of your thigh and the outside of your glute. This is a nice pairing with one of the prior classes that we had focused on with the inner thighs and glutes. You can keep your right hand wrapped around onto the outside of your left hip, anchoring it down and then repositioning your head to look up towards the ceiling and gently close your eyes. Feel yourself give yourself this nice hug, this nice tenderness and nurturing nature. Also seeing if your right hip, your right outside glute and right outside hip is engaging and firing. This is your prime opportunity to inhale Send that breath to the outside hip. Let it all go. When we're here in this restorative practice, we're looking to soften the fascic tissue where all the connective nerve endings, muscle fibers, bone fibers, cartilage connect so that we can gently find mobility, flexibility, and also prevent injury in any of the other prior activities that we do. To slowly exit this posture, you'll inhale, release that right heel, relax the legs first. Notice that engagement. When I first released, everything was engaged, relax. Then bring the feet back through center, refocus and calibrate these hips so that you can square them off to where everything is in one line, and then allow the knees to knock inward. If you'd like, you can keep that left hand on your heart space. This is your left heart space side, and then your right hand to the belly. Or you can flip if you feel like that's what you're seeking. And when you're ready, you can inhale and come on to the left outside hip and allow the knees to come over to the left. Try to keep your shoulders framed into the bolster or to the pillows that you have so that you can feel this nice supine, aka spine twist. And then take this right knee a little bit closer to the ground if you're able, and feel this nice stretch on the side body. Then when you're ready, pick up the left heel and place it down on top of the outside of the right knee, taking this left hand across the body or right hand, whichever one you like, and placing the right hand on your chest. Ooh, let it all go. Feel the self unravel, unwind, getting that nice relaxation, being a human being rather than a human doer. Uncurl and unfurl the brow, soften in spaces that you feel tight, and inhale that breath into the space that might be talkative or chatty. Finally, we'll slowly unwind. If you need more time and space in that posture, take what you need and leave what you don't. Slowly reach the arms. Ooh, maybe you have some like tightness in the shoulders, so be gentle, be aware, be compassionate to your process, and reach the hands out and then interlace the fingers. Knock the knees left and right. Breathe into the heart space and belly. Soften, arms come out wide. Whew. When you're ready to release yourself, you can slowly bring the elbows down and begin to lift the chest. Oh, coming up slowly, being careful and patient, and then tinting out the fingers, lift the chest, drop the head and neck back. Begin to sway into the shoulders, keep your head and neck lifted, and then slowly come up, head and neck come up last. So you might have noticed that I let the belly bellow out. A lot of times in the prior classes, in the prior series, we discussed that the belly can be more tight and up towards the rib cage. In restorative, we let that go. We'll bring the bottoms of the feet together and place the hands onto the knees. Let's do some seated cat-cow by inhaling the chest up, feeling this nice release in the middle back. So you can feel this rooting up of this core up towards the ceiling, soften the shoulders. And as you exhale, you'll chin to chest, almost like you're diving in on towards yourself, and feel the back body push out and up, soften the shoulders, head and neck, loose and long, and then come back through center. Setting up for another restorative posture, which, mind you, all of these postures you can hold for as long as you like. In typical restorative classes, so that you have awareness towards different styles of yoga, we hold postures anywhere from 6 to 10 minutes, on average 8 minutes. So if you felt really good and relaxed in that supported recline, know that you can stay for as long as you'd like. Next, we're going to come into a stone hinge or legs up a wall. If you have 2 blocks, you can form this really great supported structure in placing the bolsters or pillows on top. For right now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this blanket that was underneath my knees, and I'm going to place that underneath the bolster, maybe once over. Then place the bolster on top, and then maybe your second pillow you can place here, making kind of this nice little pyramid posture pose. I'm going to scoot my hips up closer to these pillows, and your knees were bent earlier. This time you're going to place the knees onto this little stack. Feel the shoulders roll up and down, and then as you exhale, you slowly uncurl, coming all the way onto your back and relaxing the knees. The knees might open up naturally if that's into your hip space. Once again, remembering that everybody's body is built differently. So if you like your knees together and that feels better, more open for you, then go there. If you like the knees slightly ajar, let that be normal. As you're here, maybe you keep your hands down by your sides, palms up or palms facing down. What we're doing in this posture is we're wanting to seal the back of our head, the back of the neck into the mat, and we want to breathe into the lower back part of our lung space. The also wonderful benefit of this is that we're getting our knees above our hips and above our heart. So if you think about it, when we walk through our days, when we're seated at our jobs or in a car, we don't get a lot of this reverse blood flow. So this is highly beneficial. If this feels good and you want some more elevation into your feet, you can come up to legs up a wall, up onto the sides of a wall, maybe bending as much as you'd like, or you can keep your legs where they are and sway them left and right. In this practice, I'm just going to have them slightly elevated so that you can feel the benefits of your hips opening. You can take any arm posture that you had before, just whatever you're doing, take a moment, allow yourself to feel light in the spaces in the top body and feel rooted. I often reference Gulliver's Travels as if the strings were pulling me back into the floor and my body was growing these roots so that I can feel the benefit of this restorative practice. And then reverting back to why we come here. We come here to allow ourselves to be, to process. And the way that we do that is by observing our thoughts. A wonderful Alan Watts quote is, "What happens to the observer? Who's observing the observer?" Well, what we want to do is we want to see and start noticing our thoughts like a ticker tape or a typewriter tape, and see them coming across our mind space without attachment or without personal vindictiveness or things that we want to latch onto. What that allows is this ability to move through life without having to fix, control, needing to take things personally. We almost step back, giving this beautiful space of process. So while you're here, if you do anything, start observing your thoughts. And we all know the term of mindfulness. I like to say, empty the mind so that you can observe your thoughts. So if you're thinking about your to-do list or judging, critiquing, thinking about what you should, could, would, just try to drop into the present moment. And notice that it's sometimes harder when we're not moving the body. And when we are moving the body, all you focus on is the breath because that's what it's forcing you to. Without any stimulation forcing you to think about the present moment, that's the time to flex those tools. So take a moment, notice what happens to you when no one's guiding you, if you feel liberated or scared, and be okay. So let yourself be quiet for one moment. come back from wherever it is that you went in that small space and time. Close the legs and notice that that small space and time could have felt like an eternity, and how time is merely a perspective. Flex the toes, lift the knees as if you were stacking them on blocks, and then come into a nice happy baby, grabbing for the outside pinky side edge, and then rock left and right. Maybe the toes and feet, bottoms of the feet come together. What we really want to remember is the back and the head and the neck and the shoulders are glued in. Let the legs get the stretch. Rock back and forth. Maybe you straighten one leg, straighten the other. Maybe you reach for your toes, give them a nice little integration crack. Maybe you straighten the legs. Do what feels good. Take any movement and expressions, and then slowly pull the knees into chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Take a deep inhale, yawn maybe. Relax the head and neck. If the head isn't able to reach, maybe bring your hands to your shins. And you have a couple options here to transition out of being on your back. You can either roll onto your side like a fetal position, or you can rock and roll, feeling the sensation of your spine to where you're lifted back to where you were. What we'll do now is we'll take everything off of our mat and finally feel the contrast of the hardness of the floor to now how maybe it has softened based off of softening our bodies. So when you're ready, you can slowly come back onto your backs. Reach the arms out like a big morning stretch. Reach the feet out, and maybe you come into more of a pentacle star-like pose, kind of like this fan above me, where you're able to feel and reach everything lift out and out of their sockets. So what I love to do in this posture is I love to feel as if you can engage everything and maybe lift everything away from the ground just for a moment, hold and feeling the power of like the contrast of strength before you empty everything out. Notice what happens to the body when it feels no type of tension anywhere. Roll out any type of wrist, ankle, thing that you need to where you can come into a comfortable shavasana where you feel good, grounded, and relaxed. I'm going to bring my ankles closer together and my arms closer to my sides. And inhale deeply through my chest and exhale through my mouth. What I love to reiterate here in this restorative practice is you're returning home to yourself. You are finding the sense of peace of being and knowing that you are already whole, and everything it is that you seek outside yourself resides within you. So knowing that when you come to your restorative practice, you're returning back to yourself to process whatever it is that you're going through in life. So if you feel ever alone or isolated, let you focus on your breath and all of these internal organs, cells, muscles, fibers, tissues, and let that be said that you are supported by your body and that your body wants you to thrive and survive in a way that is wholesome and good to you. So come to a comfortable space. Allow yourself to let go of any of the negative, not serving, not fulfilling thoughts. And as you let them go, the question remains, is there some sadness, some identity loss there? And you begin to question, have you gotten used to the story that you've written? And know at any time you can change it. And if you love those negative thoughts, that's okay. We all have our thing. But just know that you are the one that has the key to the door that you feel restricted by. So inhale deeply, exhale, let it go. And find peace in knowing that you're connected to yourself, to others, to other people's breath and other people's process. and that you are already whole, supported, and loved. When you're ready, you can slowly pull your knees into your chest and then roll onto a fetal position, maybe the opposite side that you did prior if that's what you selected. Gently push into the arms and come up. Maybe you get a little mini twist. Bring the legs back through center. Find the center on your mat. Maybe cross the legs or have your legs out wide. Just come to a nice seat. You can begin to lift the chest and flow through that seated cat-cow that we had in the beginning if that feels good to you. And do whatever movements that you need that's organic. And I hope that you came and found and received all it is that you were seeking in terms of relaxation, getting more of a stretch, letting go. Or maybe it's that weight loss that you've been needing. And if you're questioning how you were able to lose some weight in this practice, it's all about relaxing the muscles so that you can engage them again. So life is all about that contrast and that engage and relaxation. So never be afraid to meet me back here on your mat doing this restorative practice again. We'll inhale and exhale one final time. I thank you. You can find all of these courses online at Amazon.com or at wellnessplus.tv. The highest good in me honors, bows, and recognizes the highest good in you. Namaste.
We at Wellness Plus specialize in all things health and wellness, ranging from yoga and fitness to massage and ASMR. Whether you are looking to target specific areas of tension or want to enhance your general self-care routine, we provide the tools you need to feel better, look better, and live better. We have courses for every level, whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned pro. Our courses provide a wide range in difficulty to accommodate your evolving flow.
Welcome back to Yoga with Jess. We are going to break down some really essential postures.
We are going to rock out with some of the most essential ab exercises that you need to have the abs that you've always dreamed of.
I've blended techniques to help you connect with students, and you can be a rock star teacher.
Wellness Plus is available on your phone, tablet, or TV. Join Wellness Plus today and get your first 7 days free.